Welcome back to Beyond the Sold Sign Real Estate Unplugged. We are your host and favorite realtors, Naya
and Lauren.
And we're glad to be back with you all for another week, another episode. So let's get right into this week's story.
I remember the first time I met a client through social media. It started with a message I got one evening on Instagram. She had found my profile through one of my home listings that a friend had shared. She sent me a DM saying, "Hi, I'm not sure if you're the right person to ask, but I'm looking to buy my first home and I have no idea where to start. Can you help?" Right away, I could tell she was nervous about the whole process. She was a first-time home buyer, and like a lot of people, she felt overwhelmed by the idea of finding the right house, dealing with finances, and just knowing what steps to take. I replied and said, "Of course, let's set up a time to talk and I'll walk you through everything." We had our first call a few days later, and I could hear the relief in her voice. She explained that she'd been browsing homes online for weeks, but didn't feel confident enough to take the next step. She needed someone to guide her, and that's what I was there for. Over the next few weeks, we went through the process together. I helped her get pre-approved for a mortgage, explained what to look for in a neighborhood, and broke down all the real estate terms that were confusing to her. I could tell she was starting to feel more comfortable with everything, and she even told me she was excited now. We looked at homes, but one stood out to her right away. It was a cozy little house with a great backyard, perfect for her and her dog. I'll never forget her face when we walked into the living room. She lit up. She said, "This feels like home." We put in an offer, and a few days later, it was accepted. She was over the moon. The entire process from the first DM to closing day took a couple of months, but it was so rewarding to see how confident she became along the way. The best part, she and I have stayed in touch since then. She's even referred a few of her friends to me through Instagram. It's funny how one message on social media turned into helping someone find their dream home, and now I have a loyal client and friend. What I learned from this experience is that people often need a little encouragement to take the first step. Social media has made it easier to connect with people who might not reach out otherwise. For me, it's not just about selling homes, it's about helping people feel confident and excited about one of the biggest decisions of their lives.
Wow.
I love social media.
Yes.
I love receiving those messages from people. And I do have to remember, most people who reach out are first time home buyers, and they have no idea where to start, what the process is, what they need to do. And it takes time, and we're pretty patient. We give it to you straight, but we are on your time frame. As long as you communicate with us, then we're good. And we're kind of like, whatever you want to do, because at the end of the day, this is your house and the house that you have to go home to every night. We do not have to. So we want to give you as many resources as possible that you can take back with you. We're not going to make the decision for you, but we are going to tell you the truth if you ask us about things. And that's all that we can do really as your realtors. So,
yeah, I love that. I think social media has been obviously a great place to connect with people and just educate people and answer questions. And so that's really how it all starts. Even with her asking, the question, not sure you're the right person, but I'm looking, to buy.
Yeah.
No idea where to start. But questions about the buying process or, getting pre-approved. A lot of people always want to know, what credit score do I need? Or is it a good time to buy? Just all the questions and things that I think social media just allows the comfort and space to be able to ask is really cool. And so I enjoy that.
Yeah. And I think people do feel more comfortable with social media. They're behind their screen, and however you want to reach out, it's fine. As long as you're taking that first step. And the first step is either reaching out to a realtor and or a lender. That's going to be your first step. So you can't go wrong reaching out to one or the other first. If you reach out to a realtor first, they're going to give you some lenders that they recommend that you work with. If you reach out to a lender first, they may suggest some realtors that you can work with. So it just depends on, who you already know, whether you know a lender and I trust this lender, so I want to work work with them, and I trust that they're going to provide, you know, a great realtor, or vice versa. So that's just the first step, just reaching out. And a lot of times social media, like you said, does give that comfort. Like, you're behind a screen and no harm, no foul, right? Like, if they don't respond, what's going to happen? You just end up in the exact same spot that you were in before, and you reach out to someone else. So social media does help with that, and it reaches so many people so quickly in such a short amount of time. Like, we can put content out there and it will reach 1,000 people in an hour. Like, we would never be reaching 1,000 people in an hour. I mean, if we were doing like mailers or postcards, or social media just opened up business for us. And I'm sorry to say, but I'm so happy that I'm in this space when it comes to real estate. Like, we're in the technology space.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it made our job easier, but I'm sure for the realtors before social media came about, it was, you know, a lot harder. But I'm so grateful and happy that we're in this space and we do a lot of social media with our clients.
Make sure y'all follow our team page and our individual pages.
Yes, please follow us.
But yeah, like she said, just reaching out, asking a question, it doesn't hurt. You will find that people are more approachable than you may, you know, you would normally like think they are. Like, social media, you know, everybody can just kind of like let their shoulders down and, you know, be free to ask questions. We are completely open and approachable always. So we encourage you to do that.
Yeah. And, I like this. One of the reasons why we picked this story, we have so many, but we pulled this one out from one of the ones that were emailed because I feel like it's so relatable, and it happens to us all the time. Like, we have a team page, like Naya said, we each have our individual pages, and people reach out to us all the time, like, with just simple questions, which is great because we want those questions. Like, it's like, oh, we may answer it 50 times in a month, but that's okay. We've only answered it to you one time, and that's all right. Don't feel like any question is too small or too dumb. No question is dumb to ask us, whether it's in DM or if you're scheduling a consultation with us. Like, reach out to us on social media, or if you're commenting on one of our posts, like, comment, ask questions. It's okay. Like, engage with us. We want that. We love that. And this is our job. We enjoy doing those things because if it wasn't for other people who did it for us when we were buying our houses, we wouldn't know certain things. Like, I wasn't a realtor when I bought my first house, and I didn't know anything about what I was doing and what was going on. So the agent that I had that we chose randomly, we chose a very random agent, and I still love her to this day.
Oh my God.
She was so nice. And I would just happen to just be looking because I didn't know any realtors. And I was like, man, we need somebody. This was back in 2015, bought in 2016. And it was like, oh, okay. She really broke down the process for us. She taught us things, and I was like, oh, I could actually do this, like, in real life. Like, I could do this as a job. And I really enjoyed her process, and I'm very grateful for her. So I don't know. I just felt like it was a very relatable story that I feel like most first-time home buyers, and even buyers who haven't purchased in the last like 10 years, the market may look a lot different. So ask those questions, DM us, follow us, do whatever you need to do to get your answers, your questions answered from us.
Yes. And I think it's common that, like, you know, this person said, you know, they've been able to stay in touch and like stay connected. And that is like what social media is for as well. So like, for whether it's clients that we met initially on social media or not, but like staying in touch through social media and seeing, you know, them build memories and like do things in their home. So like, that's super exciting as well. And you just never know where social media can take you as far as getting connected to the right people and the right relationships to help you reach your goals, and especially home buying.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, especially that networking and getting right in front of the right people is like, you have no idea, and you can connect with so many people again in a short amount of time. And I love what you said about like the longevity of the relationship after you actually like purchase, and we can see what you're doing to your house, and we can post you, and we can be like, oh my, like, we love watching and seeing y'all stories and things that past clients have done and kind of what y'all are doing with y'all life. And if y'all don't want us to, you can block us after we help you buy a house. It's fine. None of our clients have done that, but we like seeing that and seeing how you have updated your home or things that you've done, and we will comment like on your story,
Yeah.
whatever you posted, and people will reshare it. They love that it wasn't just a transaction to us. Just because you reached out to us, on social media, it wasn't just a social media transaction. It was like, oh, y'all are now a part of us and you're a part of our life. You're not getting rid of us that quickly. So
No,
that's
not
just
at
what
all.
it is. It is definitely we're building a long-term relationship. And also, like, when we post, y'all, we don't have to, like, we don't always post our clients. If you're like, hey, after we close, we don't want to be posted, perfectly fine. But when we do post clients, other people do see that, and your friends may see it, and that gives them some motivation to be like, oh, I'm about to go buy a house too. Or how did this process go? And now you may be answering questions for your friends who don't have houses, because you learn so much about the process that
Exactly.
it's it works out for everybody. So I would definitely reach out for social media. In social media, for me, I think that's the number one place.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I'm big on social media. I feel like we all are. The team, I feel like we do great on social media, and we get a lot of clients from it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Love it. Well, I hope you're feeling encouraged to reach out via social media, whether it's to us or maybe who's local to you. But if you need help with that, we can connect you with someone.
Yes, that is true. And we'll put our handle right here so that you know what our Instagram handles are, so you can go ahead and follow us.
Yes, and please engage, comment, let us know if you're, coming to our page from watching this YouTube episode, or if you're listening. But thank you so much for joining us for another week, another episode, and we look forward to seeing you next week.